Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here are my predictions for this weekend's Premiership matches. Let's start with Wolves versus Tottenham. Well, of course, Wolves lost last weekend to Sheffield United in another VAR controversy. I thought this VAR was supposed to make things better, but it's making things worse. I don't know. I don't know who thought of this, wanted this. It doesn't improve anything, this VAR. It's making things worse. No wonder the managers are getting irate over these decisions. And of course, Tottenham, well, they lost Monday night to Chelsea. I think now let's put an end to this talk of Tottenham winning the Premiership, because it's not going to happen. I'm afraid, Tottenham, you're not going to win the Premiership. And of course, you lost on Monday night to Chelsea 4-1. And you had, and Tottenham, of course, had 2 players sent off. And now, Tottenham have got a few injury problems. A couple of their players, one is James Maddison. He'll be out and to the new year along with another one. So I think they're going to start to struggle now, Tottenham. You've had a good run. It's now coming to an end. But saying that, you never know in football. But I just can't see Tottenham winning the Premiership. There's no way they're going to win it. Anyway, let's start with Wolves versus Tottenham. Wolves have lost 2, drawn 3 and won 2. Tottenham, they have won 5, drawn 1 and lost 1. And of course, Wolves, they're 14th, whereas Tottenham a second. This one with Tottenham having some injury problems, I think I'm going to go for Wolves. I'm going to go for Wolves to beat them. I think Wolves will sneak this one 1-0. Although saying that, Tottenham have still got Son in the Tottenham team, and some others as well. They could score goals as well, but I'm going to go for Wolves. I'm going to go for Wolves to win 1-0. Wolves 1, Tottenham 0. Arsenal versus Burnley. Well, Arsenal have won 7, lost 1, and Burnley have won 1 and lost 9. Of course, Arsenal are 4th and Burnley are 2nd from bottom, 19th. And of course, Arsenal were involved in another controversial match last weekend against Newcastle. VAR again intervening, making things worse. No wonder Mikel Arteta went mad at the officials. I did see I didn't see the match, but I saw the highlights, and that ball went out was clearly out. It shouldn't have been which led to the goal, which should have been a goal kick, but the referee allowed play on, and Newcastle won. But another controversial match involving VAR. Like I said, it's causing havoc. It's a pity we can't go back to the good old days when everybody knew the offside rule, but this VAR, like I said, it's causing all sorts of havoc. Burnley, they've won 1, lost 9. I think Arsenal are going to take their frustrations out on Burnley tomorrow. What happened last weekend? So Arsenal. I'm going to go for Arsenal. 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 I'm going to go for Arsenal 5, Burnley 0. Crystal Palace versus Everton. Well, Crystal Palace won last weekend against Burnley, and Everton drew with Brighton. Crystal Palace at the moment, they are 11th, and Everton are 16th. Oh, and of course Everton were early in the season, were in the bottom 3. They've moved up a few places, but then I'm still not out of trouble yet. And of course with Christmas coming up, December, and you know what that month's like for football. It's a very busy month for football, from the beginning of December to the end of December. So there's a lot of football to be played next month. Crystal Palace, well, they won 4, lost 4. Everton, they've won 3, lost 6. And I think Crystal Palace have got a few injury problems. This one I'm going to go for Crystal Palace 1, Everton 3. I'm going to go for Everton to win 3-1. Man United versus Luton. Well, it just gets bad to worse for Manchester United. I mean, at the moment, I just can't believe what I'm seeing from Manchester United. They are terrible. Anybody can beat them. They are a shambles. Everything's going wrong. I mean, they've just managed to beat Fulham last weekend, and of course they lost to Copenhagen in the Champions League. I just don't know how Erik ten Hag is clinging on to his job. If this had been anybody on other manager, they'd have been sacked now. They'd been sacked long ago. But of course, I think he's got in his contract that Manchester United have got to, of course, they sack him. They've got to pay him a lot of money to get rid of him. I mean, if they got rid of Ten Hag, who in their right mind would want to go to Manchester United? It'll have to be somebody desperate to manage Manchester United. Anyway, Luton, well, they got a good result against Liverpool last weekend, drawing 1-1 with them. They was unlucky not to win, Luton. Manchester United at the moment are 8th, and of course Luton are up to 17th, 4th from bottom. Manchester United have won 6 and lost 5, whereas Luton have only won 1 and lost 7. This one I'm going to go for Man United 1, Luton 1. I think this is going to be a draw. I think Luton will get another point like they did against Liverpool last weekend, last Sunday. I think Manchester United are going to struggle to beat Luton tomorrow. But saying that, Manchester United are probably going to win by the odd goal, but I'm going to go for a draw 1-1. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Bournemouth are 3rd from bottom and Newcastle are 6th. And of course, poor old Bournemouth, they got thumped by Manchester City last weekend, 6-1. And of course, Newcastle beat Arsenal in more VAR controversy. but they did come unstuck in the week in the Champions League where Dortmund beat them. And of course, Newcastle, if Newcastle want to get out of the group stages, they've got to win their next 2 games against Paris Saint-Germain and AC Milan. It's going to take them a miracle to beat those two. I can't see them beating PSG. I think PSG will want some measure of revenge on them. Of course, Newcastle beat them 4-0 a few weeks ago, and of course, the Newcastle fans were getting overexcited. And we had Kevin Keegan saying he thought they was going to win the Champions League. Well, sorry, Kevin. Newcastle are not going to win it. Of course, if they lose to PSG when they play them, then I think that'll be it. Their Champions League adventure will come to an end. But you never know. Newcastle could go and win their last 2 matches and qualify for the knockout stages. But like I said, I think PSG will want some revenge on Newcastle. I can't see Newcastle getting in the knockout stages. Anyway, Bournemouth have won 1, lost 7. Newcastle won 6, lost 3. This one I'm going to go for Bournemouth 0, Newcastle 1. Aston Villa versus Fulham. Well, Villa, of course, Villa lost last Sunday to Forest 2-0. And of course, Fulham lost to Man United 1-0. Villa are 5th and Fulham, they are 15th. And I think Fulham are going to struggle this season. A lack of goals. They haven't got a goal scorer. The only recognised goal scorer they had last season was Milotovic, who of course has gone to play in Saudi Arabia. I'm struggling to score goals for them, and I think they're going to struggle unless they can bring somebody in January when the January transfer window opens. But up until then, I think I'm going to struggle. Villa have won 7, lost 3. Fulham won 3, lost 5. This one I'm going to go for Villa. Villa 2, Fulham 0. Brighton versus Sheffield United. Well, Brighton drew with Everton last weekend, and of course Sheffield United beat Wolves in controversial fashion. Brighton at the moment, they are 7th, and of course Sheffield Wednesday are bottom. Brighton have won 5, lost 3, and Sheffield United have lost their last 6 and only won 1, which of course they beat Wolves last weekend. This one I'm going to go for Brighton. Brighton 3, Sheffield United 1. Liverpool versus Brentford. Liverpool are 3rd and Brentford are 9th. Of course, Liverpool drew with Luton last week, and Brentford, they beat West Ham. Liverpool have won 7, lost 1. Brentford have won 4, lost 3. This one, Brentford are not going to make it easy for Liverpool. I think Liverpool are in for another tough match. This one I'm going to go for a draw. I think I'm going to go for Liverpool 2, Brentford 2. West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. Well, of course, West Ham lost to Brentford last weekend, and Forest beat Villa. West Ham at the moment are 12th. Forest are 13th. And of course, the West Ham fans are not happy at the moment where they am. I think they were expecting to be in the top 6, challenging for a Champions League place. I don't think West Ham will ever be playing in the Champions League. Forest, well, I think it looks like Forest are going to finish mid-table like they did last season. They've just got enough about them to survive the Premiership again for another season. West Ham have won 4, lost 5. Forest have won 3, lost 4. I don't know about this one. I was going to go for West Ham to win, but I'm going to go for West Ham 2, Forest 2. And finally, Chelsea versus Manchester City. We'll see. Chelsea at the moment are 10th, and of course City are top. And of course the Chelsea fans, well, they're getting excited again. Just because they beat Tottenham on Monday night, they think they're going to beat Manchester City. They'll probably be dreaming of Chelsea mounting, putting a run of results together to get in the top 6. Well, the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen, because you know what Chelsea are like. They win one match and they lose the next. Chelsea have won 4, lost 4. Manchester City have won 9, lost 2. This one I'm going to go for Chelsea. Chelsea 1, Manchester City 3. Well, that's the end of my predictions for the Premiership fixtures. Like, comment, subscribe, and of course I'll see you all again in another video. And we got the international break next week, so I shan't see you all again for another fortnight.